Welcome to this celebration of Hacks and Bodges. This is January's, not necessarily best of, but the ones I found that I think are very interesting, and I think, Neil Donahue, you are going to like these.
I don't know, Martin, I've seen some of them, and celebration is a strong word.
Oh man, come on, right? I think Hacks and Bodges is a great opportunity to laugh at the ones that are kind of ugly, kind of disgusting, but they've kind of fixed a problem. And then there's some ingenious ideas that we can all actually take on board and use to improve our mountain biking, how we make our bikes work, and how we get out there and ride ourselves.
Agreed.
So, Neil, are you ready for my first?
Yes.
My first entry to this month's Hacks and Bodges, and we're starting with this one from Mads Ulrich, and he's over in Denmark, and I love this, right? So he's got this great cross-country weapon, okay? Let me take you through the story.
Yeah.
It's got internal cable routing, it's a super light bike, but there's cables rattling inside the frame. And it's really annoying him, okay? So he comes up with this ingenious idea when he looks at the... I guess it's got this little window on the bottom of the bike so you can check... Now it's got.
Well, it's for routing for drop of posts as well. If you wanted to put a drop post there, it's weird this because most bikes, well, maybe the bikes are a little bit old, but I would think most bikes now they come with either like internal routing for the cables, so they go down like a tunnel, or at least they come with like foam wraps on them, which can be a pain sometimes because sometimes the foam wrappy bits come out when you push the cable out. But yeah, if you don't have any of that, you will hear them flicking, like clinking around inside your frame.
Well, that was the problem, and a little inspection window, that's the word I was trying to find, on the bottom of the frame, gave him an opportunity, because he noticed there was a slight slot there, to slip his... Now look at this, look, he's put an inner tube in.
Yeah, it's one of road tube.
An inner tube, inner tube from his wife's road bike. I hope it was a spare. But he's put it in, ingenious idea, and he's just inflated it inside the frame, and it shut the cables up.
It's good.
It's brilliant.
I mean, it feels to me like a bodge because this is a cross-country bike that you've now just put some extra weight in. Although I suppose you could use it as your spare tube. Then I think it's kind of genius. But actually, you can't because it's a road tube, so it's probably not going to work. So I'm on the fence about this one, Martin. I think it's a good sort of... It fixes the problem, but I think there's probably a better way of fixing the problem.
How would you have fixed this problem, Neil? If you've got them rattly cables in the frame, they haven't got what you've suggested, like an internal routing cable, or it hasn't got any foam on it, what would you do to solve the problem?
Well, you probably should ask Doddy, but I would probably think about getting some of that foam stuff, because if you've got that big inspection thing anyway, you could slip something down there. Or I've heard that trick of using a zip tie. You slide a zip tie onto the cable, and that once you push it into the frame, sort of the end tail pings up, and it stops them from rattling. But if there's 2 or 3, well, how many would you have? 2. It says 3 cables. That's a lot of noise. So to do that with 3, you're probably still going to get them clinking against each other. I don't know.
Okay, but there's other ways to do it, and what you're suggesting is about lighter. Do you know what I'd do? I'd fill it full of expanding foam.
Good idea. Not a good idea.
Would it work though?
It would
or
work.
It would expand and break the frame
until you wanted to change your cables and then just sell the bike.
That's a good idea. Sell the bike. Well, Mads, thanks for sending it in. That's a very good one, and it's got the ball rolling. I like it a lot. It's very, very clever.
Yeah.
Right, next up, we are going into a bit of engineering here.
Well, this is definitely into the hack territory. This is Thomas in Stockholm. So what's he done? Is he 3D? No, he's milled this thing. What's he done?
Now, I instantly, when I saw this, thought, it's another 3D printing thing, because 3D printing, I think we're getting a couple of views from people that are suggesting that 3D printing is a bit cheaty. I don't know, I like it. But this isn't a 3D print, actually. What Thomas has done is he wanted to change his shock over to an Olin shock because his friends work at the brand and he had a good in to get a good price.
Oh, yeah, they're in Stockholm, I know.
Yeah, but the linkage that on his white frame wouldn't let the Olin's product be fitted in there because it's sort of almost round the other way.
So yeah, I don't know the exact term for this, but don't Specialized have that sort of Fox shock? I think it has that funny mount in it as well. I would have thought. I mean, I don't know. You should ask Dottie about this one, but I thought there'd be more universal where you could swap these mounts to other shocks, but obviously not because Thomas has made this one to fit the Olin shock to his bike.
Yeah, and I mean, he's cut it out of aluminium himself. It's no 3D printing involved, and he says here it's a bit ugly, but I don't think it is ugly. I think it's kind of amazing that he's made that bit of his bike, and I'd actually like a bit on my bike that I'd carved out of metal. That'd be pretty cool.
Pretty crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's some work there, man. That's some work, and he's been quite accurate with it.
Yeah, when you line it up, when you see the two shocks lined up next to each other, it's not as neat as the other one. I bet if you sprayed it or painted it or whatever, it would look better, probably, but...
Yeah, it would melt into the frame. But this is definitely in the world of hack, I think. Yeah. It's a good hack. Anything you would have done to make that better? I mean, just looking at the piece that he's made, I think you're right. Could have sprayed it.
If I'm honest, I would have just changed the shock to use the old. If you're going to go to that much effort, I know Olin's is cool, but you could probably get someone else, like a RockShox, to fit that and use the original bracket. Or, I don't know. That feels like a bold move to me, but you have got a nice shock on now.
It is a nice shock. It really is. Great job, Thomas. I really enjoyed that one. I thought it was really cool. It's a good hack. Okay, this one's getting into the stuff that really excites me, Neil.
Yeah?
I like this a lot. Check this one out, man. This is from Josh, okay? And where is Josh? Oh, he's in the UK. He's in Surrey.
Yeah.
Basically, he's made this wicked... I would like this in my bedroom, man. This is a wicked lamp using half a wheel, sort of create the arching shape of the lamp. Yeah. He's put the electrics on top. He's used a chain in there to kind of mould the cabling in so it kind of melts away, and he's got this lovely little cassette at the bottom as a mounting piece.
Whoa.
I mean, come on, Neil. Is that not getting you excited or what?
It's not exactly my style, Martin, but you love it. Would your wife love it in your bedroom?
Hey, you know what? That's a good measure. That's a good measurement. Now, would my wife like that in the bedroom?
What we're still talking
about? You know
about
what? Honestly, I've got to say no. Lisa would not like that in the bedroom. She would say that looks like something that belongs in the garage.
Yes, that's probably probably what I think as well, actually.
I like it, man. I love seeing people like what's that word?
Literally.
Upcycling. Literally upcycling. Man, I'm going to make you one of those for your birthday. Thomas, I love it. He did it over lockdown and it's kept him really busy. It's sort of the Edison bulb look.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like the bulb.
I like the bulb. Yeah, but that's kind of a standard thing you can get from IKEA. So what you're saying? It's a hack
bodge.
Or a bodge?
It's a bodge. Come on.
Man.
Chopping wheels or rims in half is never going to be a hack, surely, for anything.
Oh, I really liked it. Okay, this. Neil, take me through this, because I don't really understand this one. But
David...
It's amazing. It is amazing.
David is in the Pyrenees in France, which is cold, but that looks more like a freezer to me than the Pyrenees. He says he's got an issue with a dropped post, RockShox Reverb. When the weather gets cold, down to -5, it would go up or down slowly, because the hydraulic command doesn't open the post. I've seen that before. I've heard of this as well. So doing a bleeding with freezing cold kit. So he's made all the kit cold, the reverb oil, -18 degrees, and then he bleeds it. Wow, how does that work?
So does that mean he's essentially setting it up for when it's in the cold?
Maybe it does.
So when he gets in the cold, it then works because it was set up at low temperature.
So it contracts, doesn't it, fluid, when it gets cold? Well, water does. Does it? Or does it expand? Does it expand? Ice expands.
I don't understand. I love it though, because this is like, it's ingenious if this works, and he says it does. Says it's working absolutely perfect. But anyone out there who really understands this,
somebody that understands this more than we do, I'm sure, in the comments.
Please explain it down below, because I think everyone wants to know how this works. But I'm guessing that's what's happening. You're essentially setting the bike up for cold conditions, which means when it's not in cold conditions, it might not be quite right. But he is in cold conditions, so it works.
So with like cars, you get different oil for, if you're in the Alps, freezing cold, you get different oil. So probably can't get different oil for your reverb, or maybe you can. I don't know. So he's maybe solving this problem with, I would say it's a hack actually. To be fair, if it works, it works.
If it works, it's blooming clever. It's blooming clever and beyond my brain power. But hey, help us out, everyone. That's what this is all about. Yeah. This is all about what you guys know. So tell us, does this work? I want to know. I'd like backup. Looks like he's riding in a really great place.
Mark, moving on to most definitely a hack here. I've always wanted to be a welder, and Shane has taken it to the next level here with his welding skills.
He
lives in St John's, NL. Where's that? Maybe Newfoundland. I'm a welder by trade, and I needed a bike stand to work on my bike, so I decided to design and make my own. I lived in a small apartment, so I would take this apart and store it under my couch when I didn't need it. So it's a work stand that easily comes apart, and he's got his fatty on it. That is cool.
It's so good. I mean, look at that. He's got spikes on that fatty.
Oh.
Looks like he's in some tough conditions there. But that stand, that looks like... I mean, we were only talking the other day how we've both got Park Tools bike stands that we got given in the 90s. And we're still using them. This stand looks like it could last that long.
It does look really well made, doesn't it?
So good.
I would love to be able to weld stuff and just make something like that. Well, it's a skill I need to learn, I think.
Yeah, now that's a really good... I mean, it's hard to improve on that because it comes up, it's adjustable. It comes apart. It fits into a small space when you're not using it. It's really hard to improve on that design, man.
Really good.
It's really, really good.
I'm impressed.
Now, if you were going to learn to weld, Neil, what is it you'd make? Is it a bike stand, or would you be looking to try and make your own bike?
No, probably not. I'm talking motorbikes here, actually, Martin. So I've got a custom cafe racer, but I got a friend to weld the seat loop on for me. But I wish I'd done it myself. I wish I'd just bit the bullet and learned, because I also want to. I want to buy more motorbikes in the future and weld things.
Who doesn't? That's a problem with motorcyclists. We just want more of them, don't we? Right, okay, I'm going to move on from that amazing bit of welding, great bit of design, to something I think we can all do.
Yes.
It will definitely improve our bikes and our lives.
Yep.
Check this out from Craig.
And I have lots of these knocking around my living room, so it would be very easy for me to borrow one of my son's Lego heads and use them as I'll probably put them on his bike, to be fair, rather than mine, but I think he'd be well into it. A Luke Skywalker Lego man head on his bike.
So good. Yeah. So good. Look at that. He says, Craig tells us, and he's in Verwood in Dorset, he says, needed some new Presta valve covers, so come up with this. Then realised the possibilities are endless. And look at that, he's got loads of new suggestions. Little Stormtrooper one. Actually, I think that's not a Stormtrooper. I'd say that is an ATAT pilot. And then we've got, I think that's probably a Rebel guard. And then we've got who's that? I think that might just be someone from the Lego movie.
I don't know, Mark.
But there's some good suggestions, and like he says, the possibilities are endless because there's Lego everything.
Dumbledore. I've got a Dumbledore Lego man at home.
Dumbledore. This is why Hacks and Bodges is so good. Because we see something like this and suddenly we can all do it. Yeah. We're all going to have Lego heads on. This is a new trend. We're starting a new trend. It was started by Craig. It's happening now. I'm literally doing this tomorrow.
Excellent.
Lego heads. Love it. Hacks and Bodges wins again. Neil, what if you had to pick a favourite this week?
It's got to be a bike stand. It's got to be...
No.
Yes. It's got to be Shane with his homemade bike stand. It's amazing.
What?
What are you saying? The Lego man?
Well, I think I'd either go with the lovely little bit of sort of like homemade engineering on that shock.
No.
Or the Lego. I love the Lego. I think it's great. I think it's absolutely great. Let us know in the comments down below what was the best hack or bodge this week. In fact, maybe rate them. Tell us if they're hacks or bodges. Did me and Neil hack or bodge this video? I don't know. Let us know what you want to know. Get involved. And please let us know about that freezing situation in the Pyrenees. Does that work? I'm not sure. Neil, what do you think of your first Hacks and Bodges special?
Thanks, Mark. I love Hacks and Bodges. My favourite part of the Dirt Shed, and do it as a separate video. It's cool. Why not? Don't forget to send yours in, because it can go in the Dirt Shed show as well.
Yeah, definitely. And before we go, don't forget to love, like and share on the social platforms. And that only leaves one thing left to do for me and Neil, and that is sing! Hacks and Bodges! Hacks and Bodges! Hacks and Bodges! Neil, come on, man.
What do you mean?